Hi guys, my name is Tito. I make videos on personal finance, saving and investing every Wednesday, but once in a while I do other types of videos like this one where I review things like TV shows and movies. And in this video, I'll be reviewing the new film, The New Normal, a very befitting title for a film coming out in 2020. Anyway, I'll talk about the story, the performances, what I liked about the movie, what I didn't like about the movie, and who I think should see it. The New Normal tells the story of Jade, a single mother in her late 30s who's also an executive at her firm, and she's also trying to make history and become the first woman to get on the board of directors of that firm. But it also follows the story of her 8 friends who are 4 married couples. And the movie does a very good job of alternating between Jade, the main character, and each of those married couples, telling each of their stories. And I think this is where that title, The New Normal, comes in. It tells stories of several things that apparently are now the convention or now the norm in society today. And it does so in a very tasteful, very skillful way. It doesn't hit you over the head with it trying to tell you that, oh, nowadays this is what happens, or nowadays this is the norm. It uses the story to guide you through, to show you how things have become the norm these days, so to speak. Things like gender discrimination at work or in the boardroom, and impotence and infertility, and the male ego and pride, and how people conveniently live double lives these days without thinking twice about it. These are just some of the topics that are addressed in this movie. And I think there's so many things that can be said about the film or that I can say about the movie, but I don't want to drop spoilers because I think it will take away from the experience of you seeing the movie if you eventually see it, and I actually do want you to see it. The performances in the film weren't bad at all. It had a star-studded cast from Mercy Johnson, RMD, Mofe Duncan, Bikiya Graham Douglas, Femi Jacobs, Adunni. There were so many A-listers in the film, which kind of had me worried because whenever I see lots of A-listers or big names on a poster, I sometimes feel like that means that the filmmaker wants to rely on the big names rather than on the story or on the other aspects of the film. But that wasn't the case here. These guys, they came to work, they delivered, and they delivered a very good film. Coming back to the performances, at the beginning I have to say it was a bit sketchy. A couple of the actors were stumbling on their lines, but trust me, it got better really quickly as the film progressed. Now, what did I like about this movie? Well, first of all, by the way I've been going on, you can probably tell that I really enjoyed this film. But not only did I enjoy it, this was easily one of my top 3 Nollywood films in 2020. Easily. And I'll tell you why. First of all, you know how with a lot of films, you kind of know how it's going to end? That wasn't the case with this film. There are so many unexpected endings or conclusions in this movie, and each of them were done really well. They were well thought out. And then secondly, because of the topics that were treated and the way that they delivered each of those topics or expressed each of those issues, it's really hard to talk about it without giving anything away. But the way they did it showed that the filmmaker took initiative and took risks. And you don't see a lot of Nollywood films taking the right kind of risks these days, or even taking any risks at all. And another thing that I really liked about the film was the decor, especially in the living rooms. When you watch it, if you're someone who appreciates decor and interior design, you will notice some really well put together sets in this movie. Now, what I didn't like about the film was a scene in the beginning, a dinner scene where they did this effect where the camera was on a turntable and kept on going round and round as the characters were talking or having a dialogue. I understood what they were going for, but I felt like that effect was overused in that scene. But that's the only thing I didn't like. I mean, and it was at the beginning of the movie, so I forgot about it eventually, and the film being as good as it was made me forget about that scene. And there's something else I want to say. In my last movie review where I reviewed Rattlesnake, I talked about Cinema Pointer and their review of the movie. They also reviewed this film, The New Normal, and they said something along the lines of, it was a well-shot film, all right, but it just didn't have destination. It was a bit convoluted. It felt like a soap opera that didn't have a good conclusion. And I couldn't object more. This was a film that had a very great story, was well told, and the conclusions of each of the characters were very appropriate and very clean and just very well done. So I think the message I'm trying to pass across is, when you're going to see a film, don't just rely on the reviews of people on the internet, people like myself or Cinema Pointer. Not every time. If it's a film that you want to see, ask a friend or someone whose opinion you respect ask what they thought about it and let them tell you, because not every time will a reviewer online give an accurate representation or review of a film. Because to be honest, before I saw this film, I read Cinema Pointer's review and it influenced my opinion of the film. I thought it wouldn't be good. I thought it would be convoluted, because even from the trailer, it feels like there's a lot going on. So I was already biased, and when I saw Cinema Pointer's review, I was like, yeah, this film is not worth it. But then I saw the movie and I was properly impressed and properly blown away. So yeah, don't always go with the reviewers. Sometimes ask a friend, sometimes just take the risk and go and see the movie yourself. So in conclusion, who should see The New Normal? See The New Normal if you want to see an unconventional Nollywood film. See The New Normal if you want to see a film that is deep, that is well thought out, that was not rushed. I think that's the secret sauce of this film. It wasn't rushed. They took their time. So if you're the kind of person who likes to see a film that they took their time to make and that has, that's a bit more complex but in a good way than most other Nollywood films, then you should see The New Normal. I think everyone should see The New Normal, to be honest. You'll laugh, you'll feel emotions, you'll learn new things. It's a great time at the cinema, in my opinion. So everyone should try and see it in the cinemas. For those of you outside the country, when it gets on streaming platforms eventually, you should see it. It's that good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Oh, before I forget, shout out to the director of The New Normal, Teniola Odigie. This was her first movie, and wow, what a statement, what a debut. You're a fantastic storyteller. Congratulations. I loved your movie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to check out some of my personal finance videos. Remember, I told you that's more of what I'm about on this channel. Check out some of those, and you can check out some of my old reviews as well. Remember to like the video by clicking on the like button and subscribe to this channel if you like my face. Thanks for the final time, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care.